First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now, this defense for the Cardinals, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game. And I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
7 yards there and a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running right, here's Sanders. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Garrison. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
To throw on 3rd down, Garrison. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Here's Aaron Siposs out now to punt on 4th down. Back deep, Daz Newsome. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. And they'll begin by running the option. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Chandler. Finding room at midfield. Loose inside the 30. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Overstate how explosive teams are. This team is truly trying to score every snap, especially the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
It certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for it. The problem now is, if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Murray. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Now Murray.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Looking to throw. Garrison. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Back to throw. Garrison.
That's swung out wide to Sanders.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Looking to throw. Garrison. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Again, that's Watkins. Touchdown, Eagles.
Quez Watkins.
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here's Chandler on 2nd down.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These two teams all tied after 1.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly, the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
From the gun on 3rd down. Garrison. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Cards will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, Butler, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Murray. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3, cut balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be over by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Chandler. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The Cardinals sit 5-3 now on the year. And they come in playing some pretty decent football, 5-3 over their last 8.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick. Thus, inaccurate, incomplete.
To throw, it's Murray. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal here.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Garrison. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Up the middle they go with Sanders. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. And Elliott Good on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Reed Blankenship.
And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Cardinals are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
So his struggles just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From just shy of midfield, Murray. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again, Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Darius Slay with a pick.
Yeah, the Eagles are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quez Watkins.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Eagles would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Elliott Good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Chandler. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Murray going to throw. Shoves him aside, and he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now Chandler. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Murray. Caught by the tight end Ertz.
And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Murray now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown.
Rondale Moore.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cardinals are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point. And the lead is down to 11 at 21-17. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Off-play action. Garrison. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Shotgun snap into the give to Sanders. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
To throw on 2nd down, Garrison. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
On 3rd down, Garrison. And that will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I showed my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air.
And he's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marquise Brown, 61 yards. And the Cardinals have cut it back within a score. He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him on the bench during the game, and try and keep him in front. If you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
To throw on 3rd down, Garrison. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure. And it's a loss of 6.
The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, they've clawed their way back into this game. First half, they were down pretty big. Now, all of a sudden, we've got a ball game. How have they done it?
First thing is what you just talked about, clawing their way back in. That means they've decided to go ahead and fight this thing out, which is great. The second part is they looked at where the problems were in the first half, figured out how to shore them up, and have now gone to that part of the playbook that is actually working for them. A few adjustments, a few changes, and really good execution.
Now we'll see if that trend can continue.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now Murray off play action. Flush to his right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
1st down, Murray. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
They run it with Chandler. 56 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, a 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Cardinals have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
Well, this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys went out to a big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they're stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He's at the 40. The 20. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Eagles. They had just lost the lead. That deficit sure didn't take long to erase. They return the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown.
Love the thunderbolt that just came out of that one. That puts them in the end zone and back in the lead. Your only question, your defense just gave up a score that put you behind. Will that score you just added on the board, will it energize them? Or do they have to go back out there and they're a tired unit? We'll soon see.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to...
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble.
And it's picked up by the Eagles. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Well, it certainly feels to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage.
Touchdown, Eagles! Miles Sanders with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Eagles are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone.
On the return, the Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back. And now here is another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Garrison. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. 30. Past the 20. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. Zerline good with a PAT. And now things get a little more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Taking it about the 1.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this one is incomplete.
There's a reason the number 4 was flashing through my mind when he let that one go. 3 touchdowns already in his back pocket. The deep ball's been a great weapon for him in this one. Unfortunately, empty on that attempt.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again. Garrison. Eluding the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Marcus Golden. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
On the return, here comes Newsome.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have the coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Elliott Good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray, he's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. It doesn't matter what you...
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Now Zuerlein on and the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Got after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Another run with Sanders. It's a pickup of 5, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Charles, normally when you see a group score...